Today's video is going to be a little different from what I normally post. Normally, I just flame people because I think it's really funny, but today I want to talk about one of the goofiest things I have seen in my entire life. So basically, like 3 weeks ago, CNN posted a news story called Digital Blackface, where they stated that if you are white and used popular GIFs or images of black people as a reaction, that you are racist. I mean, really, they said that if you are white and you use a GIF like, I don't know, Michael Jordan crying or Kanye, just like being Kanye, that you're racist. Now, this is in no means a new thing, right? Like 5 years ago, BBC released a story about the exact same thing, but it was just kind of like swept under the rug for the reason of it being completely fucking ridiculous. And I guarantee the only reason CNN rehashed this whole argument is because everybody's just fucking retarded now. I mean, like, no wonder this did nothing 5 years ago. We were actually using our brains 5 years ago, and we didn't have this caveman ideology of white man think black man in picture funny, white man bad. That whole mindset is completely fucking nonsense. And this story has been out for like damn near a month, so obviously you'd think that it's completely dead, and there should really be no reason for me to be talking about this. But the reason that I am talking about this is because I very recently made a Twitter account. Yeah, I know. I'm very ashamed of it, but I like watching people beef on Twitter because I think it's fucking hilarious. Anyways, I heard about this story and I remembered it the other day, so not really expecting much. I looked it up on Twitter and I wasn't even really surprised to see that people were actually calling other people racist for using pictures with black people. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't see how that's racist. I would understand the argument that you could have against me voicing my opinion on this because, I'm white. And in most cases, you'd be completely right that I have no opinion because I really could not ever understand what it's like to be black and have to deal with that kind of racism. I get it. But in this certain case, me being an avid user of this picture, I think I should have an opinion. And my opinion is, you know, that this shit is so far from being racist that it's actually crazy if you even claim that it is racist. Yeah, I know, it's an outrage. A white guy saying something isn't racist. Grab your pitchforks. But, I mean, really, let me explain. What is more racist in your eyes? A white person finding a picture that they think is funny that happens to have a black person and sharing it with his friends because he, again, thinks it's funny, or a white person actively dodging and staying away from pictures that have a black person in them? I don't know about you, but in my opinion, the second one is just far more racist. Also, what is up with this lose-lose scenario? Like, if I use a picture that has a black person in it, I'm racist. But if I actively dodge the picture because it has a black person in it, I'm racist. In what sense can I not be racist? Guys, I don't want to be racist. Please help me out here. I mean, what does CNN want me to do? Does it want me to not use pictures of black people on purpose? How is that not fucking racist? They want me to actively dodge pictures that have a black person in them. Why? I mean, seriously, Twitter users swear that they want equality, but they clearly have no fucking clue what that even means. Twitter, equality is being equal. Completely equal. How the fuck does not allowing white people to use funny pictures just because it happens to include a black person contribute to equality even a little bit? It fucking doesn't. It does the complete opposite. And not to mention the fact that if a white dude pulled this face, it would be just as popular, right? The color of Michael Jordan's skin has nothing to do with how funny the picture is. Just like how here, a very popular meme of a white man would be just as funny if he was black. There is no correlation anywhere to humor and skin color. Twitter users making that correlation to seem woke are just inadvertently being racist. And on the same topic of picking and choosing what's racist, under CNN's terrible rules, can black people now not use images with white people in it? Because, I mean, there's two sides to this, right? If I can't use an image of someone who is a different race than me, then they should follow the same rules, right? But you don't see CNN adding that in. I just feel like personally, and maybe take this with a grain of salt because I have no idea how CNN is ran or how the stories work, but just from an outsider looking in, the way I see it is that CNN is just straight up capitalizing off of the publicity of the racism surrounding black people. They are just straight up calling something racist because they know that dumbasses like the people on Twitter will swarm at it. Why in the fuck are people feeding into that? Like, why does that work? I mean, seriously, if you want a fucking Twitter army, just pull something out of your ass. It can really be anything. call it racist, and there you have a bunch of little brain dead servants. CNN should not in any way have that much grip over people. They are simply taking things and trying to just make them racist because it has a good title. And if you use your brain for even a second, you would realize the last thing they want is equality. I mean, seriously, twisting people into thinking that everything they do is racist is literally the opposite of equality. They are actively bringing white people and black people further apart because of the publicity surrounding anything with the word racist in it. I mean, if I, as a white guy, can't use this image, what is it? A black person only image? Okay, so does that mean that this image is a white person only image? I don't know about you, but that seems real fucking familiar. And maybe I'm wrong, but wasn't that the whole fucking problem in the first place? Isn't that exactly what everybody is working so hard to completely get rid of? Why are we allowing this? I would absolutely love a world where the media did not own the rules of racism, because news companies put out this image that they just want equality, but then take a picture like, again, Michael Jordan crying, and strip it of the equality that it had. CNN, you are the only one making this image racist because you can't see past his skin color. While everyone else is laughing about his reaction and how perfectly it fits in conversation, you were focused on his skin color. That's fucking racist. The image itself isn't racist. The way that you are looking at it is racist. I promise you, nobody saw it like that. Nobody. CNN and anyone who supports this absolute tomfoolery, looking at this picture and only seeing his exaggerated blackness, is literally you singling out the skin color of an image. An image that has so many more properties and things that make it unique. Singling out the skin color is racist. And the way I see it is there is a very easy way to solve this whole problem. And I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just being simple here, but I think if we just don't be racist. It's really not that deep. Right? You don't have to set these rules of like, don't use this image because it has a black person in it, or some stupid. You just don't have to do that. Just don't be racist. This whole digital blackface thing is fucking fantasy. This is not racist. It has never been racist. It will stay not being racist as long as you let it. Feeding into this idea of digital blackface, in my opinion, is racist. You are basically telling white people to not indulge in something that a black person created. You are actively and intentionally taking away an audience on something that a black person created, and you are taking that audience away because the person is black, right? Not because what they made isn't funny, but because you, as a brain dead Twitter user, see a white person just being normal and laughing at things that are funny, so you take it upon yourself to defend the black person. Listen, retard, they do not need your protection. I guarantee you they would enjoy people using the image. You are literally just taking money and publicity away from them because you see it as the right thing to do. Twitter users, stop making black people a victim. Quit making them your victim. They don't need your defense. You're not their fucking attorney. If they feel offended, they can say it. They don't need you to speak for them at all. You're just making the problem worse. Also, one last point that I would like to make is if we're just going to set these ridiculous rules on images and everyone is just going to be okay with it, how far are we going to let this go? Like, what's next? Music? YouTube videos? Fucking like movies? I mean, seriously, Twitter, when are you going to realize that just about the only people that only see others for their skin color is you? Whether you think you're defending them or not, you are still actively singling people out for just having a little melanin. Just let black people and white people go along their day. No white person has ever posted this image to intentionally be racist. And you going into the comments and calling them racist makes you look like a fucking buffoon. You are the only one who saw this image for the skin color. You're the fucking racist. No one else. Anyways, just be you. Share whatever images you want to share. Listen to whatever music you want to listen to. You might accidentally offend someone here and there, but honestly, who the fuck cares? If you baby everyone's feelings and make it your mission to not offend anyone, you would literally have to be a fucking emotionless zombie. And even then, you would probably offend someone. So honestly, just why try? That's not me saying go out and deliberately try to offend people, because that just makes you an asshole. I just think that there is a very comfortable middle ground between babying people's feelings and being an asshole. And if everyone was in that middle ground, racism just wouldn't even exist. So help the world out. Get your ass in there. Hopefully, everyone will just eventually grow up enough to notice that not only is that little sweet spot the best for the world, it's also the most fun to be in, right? Like, you don't have to care about people's feelings, but you also aren't just a complete piece of shit. So, basically, you're likable and you don't have to stress about stepping on anyone's toes. It's a fucking win-win. Anyways, don't be racist. Also, sub to the channel, or I'll write an article about how breathing personally offends me because I have a respiratory issue, and if you continue breathing, you're gonna offend me so much that I might kill myself.